Herunefer, Herunefer, Hetzepu. Trust that all is well with you. It's good to see you again. Thank you for joining us. We'll be ready and we'll be getting started in just a moment. Hetep. Hetep. So glad to have everyone here with us. We're going to get started with our adumbration. Again, general outline or sketch. Adumbration. So we're going to start with some Asar Stance after we bow in. We're going to get into some Qigong. Once we get into the Qigong, we're going to get into the form. Again, we're doing the entire short form from beginning to end. The short form beginning to end, which means we'll be doing it from Wu Chi to Wu Chi. And the main reason for us getting to this phase at this time was so that while you're doing the summer solstice community fast, you have an opportunity to do all the activities that we're doing in terms of the KhASA, AHA, and Sama association tools. So today will be no different. So we'll focus on that. Then we'll get into the breathing exercises. We're going to breathe as long as the arms again. And we're going to do it the more advanced way as we've done before. I'll talk it through. We'll get to it. And then today also, we're going to begin talking about just generally today's additional stretch, which we're going to start getting more into stretching, moving the body, those sorts of things. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to review the Chi facial massage. Then we'll get to the wisdom from the sages of the ages. And I say review specifically because we've done it and slowed it down and done and spent a whole session on it. So you can check that out on the YouTube channel. All right. And then we're going to wind up with the wisdom from the sages of the ages. And then we'll bow out. Anybody have any questions as we get started? I hope not. We covered them all before we got this going. Excellent. Good to see everyone's faces. Glad to have you all here. And our goal, just as a quick note before we get started, I know that things are returning back to more in-person settings. So what I will do is endeavor to do is particularly, I don't see it happening in this month because folks are going to have to adapt to the rules, apply their own internal rules. So looking at, look for the July newsletter to have some additional information from our partners with regard to when we will begin and some of the in-person sessions. And that will also then determine how we continue the distance learning portion of what we got, the online aspect of the classes, along with our in-person sessions. So the goal is to get that balance so we're able to get that done. And as always, check out the link tree. And that's the place where you're able to leave your donations, your reciprocity, and your ability to support our work and to balance the scales of Ma'at. So I'm grateful for the time and opportunity. So if you're sitting, let's get to a standing position. I'm going to move the chair to create the space for me to move around. So let's get happening. All right. Wu Chi position. And let's bow in. To all the African, Indian, Asian, Chinese, Native American, and Pacific Islander masters that have gone before us, we bow. Teacher to student, student to teacher. Pyramid hands. Shifting all the way to the right, up on the left toes. You're going to step to the left, a little wider than shoulders width. Heel first. Balance the weight between the legs. Sit down, tuck the bottom, and begin the Asar Stance. Pyramid hands. Holding the golden balls, palms up. Into oneness. Into the turtle. Out to the drawbridge. Point the hands between the legs for 2 breaths. Into oneness. Rabbit through the chute. Into oneness. Into the elbows. We'll pick up the pace. Into oneness. Right hand on top of left hand, palms up, thumbs touching. Arms and hands not touching the body, hands beneath the navel. 2 breaths. Rotate the left hand on top, palms are facing each other. You see a ball of golden white light, like the sun, in between the palms of the hands. into oneness. Into the turtle. Out to the drawbridge. Point the hands between the legs. And into oneness. Pyramid hands. Drop the right hand beneath the navel. Extend the left. We're at the beginning of the tracing the Tai Chi diagram position. And let's begin. And back to the center. Bring in the left. Raise up the right. Shift all the way to the right, slide the left foot into Wu Chi. And we drop the hands and shake it out. All right. Feet parallel, shoulders width. Hands in the calm position. 2 breaths. Palms facing the head. Palms facing forward, 2 breaths. Into the dua position. All the weight is on the right leg. 4 breaths. Stepping back. Down into the gathering. All right. Shake it out, opposite hand, opposite leg. Feet parallel, shoulders width. And we're going to go into swinging arms. Down the swing. All right. Now we're going to open the chest, stretch the back, sinking down. And we do this one 5 times. This is number 2. All right, shake it out, opposite hand, opposite leg. Good, good, good. All right. Wu Chi position, get to a good spot. Wu Chi. All right, here we go, second down. All right, shake it out. Uchi position. Again. All right, shake it out. Uchi. Again. Check it out. Uchi. Again. Shake it out. Uchi. Send it down. Check it out. Check it out. All right, good, good, good. I want you to have a seat. Good, good, good. So what we got here, you want to sit in simple. We don't call it easy lotus because everybody can't do it. So we do simple because it requires a little bit of work. It's simple, but it may require some work. So that's in honor and one of our mottos. Everything we do is simple, not easy. So you got simple lotus, half lotus, like I'm sitting in, full lotus. If you want to get comfortable, we're going to breathe as long as the arms. Nice, simple breathing exercise designed to stimulate the GI system through activating the fire energy in the core, clearing out the nasal passages. We're coming back more strongly to this one because we're doing a raw food fast. And so for a lot of folks that were concerned, didn't understand why the fast was the way it was, you know, depending on the kind of energy moving through their bodies. So one way to address so-called dampness, if you're using the traditional Chinese medicine perspective of the body, in terms of foods being damp or hot, fiery, along the lines of the element theories, there are other ways that you can address energy imbalances in the body outside of just the foods. And that's one of the reasons why we teach these methods, so that if one of your other methods is reduced, like say you have to eat food you wouldn't normally eat, and you don't want to completely throw your system off, utilizing these breathing exercises, the Qigong, the Taijiquan, the AHA methods, the meditation practices, affords you the opportunity to maintain your health, physical, mental, spiritual, even if the food may be somewhat degraded. And that explains a great deal of our survival in many of these aspects of the ma'afa. So we're going to sit tall. You're going to take your right index finger and block off the right nostril. You're going to extend the left hand. Going to sit tall, shoulders relaxed, breathing as long as the arms. Listen, pay attention. You should, now again, keep your hand there. You can go ahead and breathe. It's all right. Just want to get this clear for everyone. If your Asar stance should be between 15 and 20 minutes here. So otherwise, you can just do it this one time with us. If your Asar stance is not at 15 to 20, you need to go back and check the other videos and do the other exercises. They're a lot easier on the body and it won't require heavy adaptation or work. This particular movement shifts the blood pressure. Some of the other movements do, but they're balanced. This one isn't. So it's going to increase the blood pressure, and then it'll lower it as you raise up, but you have to pay attention and follow instructions. And so this will be the last time that we're actually showing this particular one on the video, mainly on the live, so that you have it, so it's documented for those that get to the level, but that we want to ensure that people aren't doing things ahead of where they are, just trying to test and see. It's not what this is about. This is a traditional practice brought into the modern era. So it is not designed for you to think that just because you may be doing it in another system, that you're going to be doing it the same way here. Please be respectful, honor yourself and your teachers, so that you'll have an opportunity to grow into this naturally. You cannot force this kind of work. All right. Right index finger on the right nostril, left arm extended. Here we go. Breathing in. Follow it with the eyes all the way to your cross-eyed. Out. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Please pay attention. In. More air on the left side. More air in. More air. Fill up. Hands over the liver and the pancreas. Chin down. Bend over in front. Up. Out the right side. More air out. More air out. Blow it all out. In. More air in the right side. More air in. More air in. Fill it up. This. Chin down, bend forward. Up. Out the left side. More air out. More air out. Blow it all out. In. 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 Out. Hands on the thighs, palms up, body relaxed. Thumb and index finger touching, breathing in. Out. In. Out. You should notice both nostrils are pulling in and out. In. Out. In. Out. Fire breath. Deep breath in. Chin down. And release. All right, y'all can stay where you are. I'm going to switch up. We're going to get right into the wisdom from the sages of the ages. All right. Trust that all are well. Today's section, what I want you to begin to consider, first and foremost, is the martial application of what we're doing. So just want to review this again. We get sunrises over the mountain right at the very beginning and very end of the form that we're doing, the short form. And so you want to see that that black line represents the energy coming towards you. The red line represents, the red arc rather, represents where your energy rises and meets the energy coming towards you at the tangent point of the arc. And in doing so, transforms those energies and they create a harmony or a third energy, which is the green line. So the person or the energy coming in black gets redirected along the path of the green. Okay, so it's important that you see that we redirect the energy because we're strong supporters in having folks express themselves. We think that people should be able to have the freedom and the liberation to express themselves. Now, they shouldn't necessarily have to express that in me if I choose to not have it expressed in me, right? All right, so now this same thing is a ward off right or left. And so we want to look at it. Here we go. We'll do it this way with right and left. So they're coming right at us. And depending on which way we take their arc determines it. And we'll go over this a bit more as we're going to start getting into, now that my primary assistant, who some of you haven't met, is done with some of his morning school time. What we'll do is we'll have him back and we'll begin to introduce some of the beginning of our seated push hands and some of the processes and techniques that we utilize in that. You'll get to see aspects of that. And then we'll begin to get into working through the all over body check-in, which we're going to review, because that is connected to aspects of our grappling and wrestling techniques, which are built into the Taijiquan. And so since we want to be able to bring those together. And then as we go forward, I'll also start sharing the falling and rolling concepts so that as we're on the ground, it's one thing to be on the ground, but if you're standing and you get taken to the ground, you want to learn how to fall appropriately. So we're going to begin getting back into that. All right. And so that implies that we're going to be getting that core work in to get the body strong so that we can be able to roll on any surface should we be taken to the ground. Today's wisdom from the sages of the ages comes from the essence of Taijiquan, the literary tradition. All right. And it is taken from, is this the loom? Expositions into the practice of the 13 postures. All right, so here it is. Ready? To release is to withdraw, rather. To withdraw is then to release. To release is to withdraw. In discontinuity, there is still continuity. In advancing and returning, there must be folding. Going forward and back, there must be changes. The form is like that of a falcon about to seize a rabbit, and the spirit is like that of a cat about to catch a rat. All right, folks. Thank you so much for taking time to spend with us today. That's our wisdom from the sages of the ages. So grateful out of all the things that you could have been doing today that you chose to be with us. We appreciate your attention, your focus, your participation, and most of all, your presence. Dua, thank you. Tapu, peace. And we bow out and we say to all the African, Indian, Asian, Native American, Chinese, and Pacific Islander masters that have gone before us, we bow. Teacher to student, student to teacher. Ashe, giving honor and respect to the ancestors, to the eternal witnesses of the earth and the sky. I say to you, Hatep, peace. Aung Ujasaneb, life, health, and strength, prosperity. We'll see you all soon. Hatep.